I hear you now.
Hello. Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of Star Chasers. Space for Heroes. What's the name of this episode? Space for Heroes.
Space for Heroes.
I decided it at the last minute because I didn't like it. Or I didn't like my old episode titles. Let's see. We're playing Spelljammer, Dungeons & Dragons, 5th edition. So last episode, the characters, the Star Chasers, aboard their ship, the Charming Anecdote, discovered, as they were traveling through the flow, they discovered a derelict ship, and that ship contained a trap by a Mind Flayer and his various ooze associates. And the characters, Storm of Stars, legendary bard from Toril, Marley, a Shadar-kai Druid, and Intern Villyana, a drow warlock, because Hester didn't want to get out of the helm.
I spent a 5th level slot on this.
And
That's true.
yeah, Hester just circled the ship and started laying on the horn after a while.
I think she also had a feeling about the squid people.
Yeah. Whole day shot, let's go. Yeah, some kind of extra sensor illithid senses went to my postgraduate degree.
Some things after my postgraduate degree.
And the crew took a bunch of gold from the ship, took some supplies from the ship, popped back onto the Charming Anecdote, and blasted off again towards hero space. So, it's been a bit since then. You've been in the flow for about 2 days now, so Hester, I assume you have let someone else take command?
Come on, you're not going to do it for 2 days.
No, I'm not going to do it for 2 days, and I've lost all moral high ground if I can't gloat over Alvar at all. So no, I will have probably blown through my 5th and 2 4s before I am like I can't do this.
Well, okay, so when you're attuned to the Spelljammer ship, you don't have to necessarily expend spell slots unless you've been in there for a really long time.
Oh, okay.
So it just goes off your highest unspent spell slot, and then I think I said it's after 12 hours, then it starts eating your spell slots.
Okay. So yes, I probably did push it past 12 hours, but I once I am confident Alvar has rested to a point where he's not seeing space Vikings, then I will cede control.
Okay. So he pops back in. Does anyone else want to take a shot?
Absolutely, I will.
Okay.
I'll pitch in.
Storm gets in there for a bit. It's and I don't know if I said this for Hester, but she didn't get to pilot it for very long, so I'll say it now for both of you. The ship feels a lot different than the Centurion Hawk. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot more responsive to your commands. And it almost feels... Yeah, it's like lighter. It's kind of jittery almost. Like you kind of feel like you just like slam-a-jammed 3 Mountain Dews and you're kind of like, yeah. When you first get in there, it's almost like... Where it felt like the Centurion Hawk, you had to really concentrate to make sure it didn't shake apart. This one just feels so smooth.
Turns like it's on rails, man. It's just like, boom.
It's like the intuitive response factor is heightened.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm going to propose that we go in, 10-hour shifts at the most, so we don't have to blow any slots necessarily.
Yeah, I'll totally take a shift also.
Just share the wealth that way, and if I'm happy to put in longer shifts because I'm a full caster, if necessary. Orpho's willing to also, pilot.
What's Orpho again?
Oh, and you know what? Oh, he has psionics, but he's not. He doesn't have spell slots.
Okay, yeah. So psionics can power Spelljammer ships, but they use a different kind of helm.
Okay.
So he can't pilot this kind of ship.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Villyana can, in a pinch, just move the motors forward.
Yeah, so Villyana and Warminster are probably like the last resort pilots.
Okay, words hurt. I just found out.
It doesn't mean you're not important to the ship. Warminster's the XO.
I accept your terms.
Well, you're very important too because you're apparently taking over the kitchen. So that's one of the most fundamental.
Yes.
The crew runs on their stomachs.
An important service is to feed others.
Well, it nutrifies us. It inspires us. It's almost bardic, or it can be.
Okay, enough about her.
What? What's wrong with her?
No, nothing. Very lovely. Please don't spit in my food. Just saying. Just, feeling antsy is all. After spending so much time in the helm, actually, I feel like
whose idea was that?
Flittering. Okay, well, okay.
That's like the avocado calling the cheesecake fattening. First you take Alvar to task, and then you pretty much push it yourself. I mean, come on. As it turns out, we faced a squid guy, so I think your intuition paid off.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I can't hear that. No, absolutely not. They were after my postgraduate degree.
Maybe. He did have this look of disappointment when he only saw, a sort of currently enrolled college student like myself.
Yes, no, once they latch on, they can eat tenure.
Yeah. I think I only have about maybe 8 year. I don't think I'm quite up to tenure yet.
Marley graduated from the University of Life, and it's just like, that's just not cutting it, man.
It only gets you so far.
Well, then it's a good thing I wasn't there. I of course, apologize that I wasn't there to watch your backs, but it's probably best that the dummy went.
Huh?
What? She's
The-
not dumb.
The flesh golem, I'm sure I meant. I said the flesh. Didn't I not point to the flesh golem?
You mean, I'm sorry, are you referring to the friendship princess?
Are we committed to calling her that?
Well, what's her name? I mean,
Yeah.
I think if we want her to respond to anything, we should. Isn't that her name?
100%, yes. Princess Friendship.
Yes.
See?
No, thank you.
Friendship.
Oh, okay.
Friendship, thank you for your help.
Friendship.
See?
Just kind of awkwardly smiles, all the black and yellow teeth.
Okay. Now I do feel I appear discourteous. However, if you're going to starve an illithid, I don't feel like that's controversial. I think I probably need a nap, and that will probably clear out my personality disorders.
Probably.
An orange
Yes,
slice.
which-
and a nap.
Unless
Just
Yeah,
a fun slice and a nap, and that will. I should be a good person.
how did you like piloting the helm?
It truly does handle like a dream. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. You
Right.
just become one. You lose the whole sense of self. Like I have experimented in college with some things, and it didn't approach the amount that you can just let go of ego and become full impatience to get back in the car and go. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I'm gonna go in there with some catnip, I think.
Yes, well, just mind the straight and away. We need to make
Well,
hero
that's how you do
space-
it. You mind it, right? That's the verb associated.
Yes.
You'd be driving under the influence?
Huh? No.
Wait, sure. Well, Marley,
I mean-
you are again deliciously too good for this world. So, just a quick nap. How I'm not an endiest myself, but like asking oh, Minerva, yes, we have someone for this. How far out are we from brilliant, not object work, but just real good body work?
Thank you.
Andrew. How far out are we, would you say, from hero space?
She'll kind of consult a scroll, and based on how long you've all been traveling, she says less than 24 hours.
Wonderful. And that does abut most major pathways, if not several other spheres. Is that correct?
Yes. There's my map.
Great. Good.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear. Love your penmanship, darling. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you. Now what's around here somewhere? Yeah, she says it connects to. Yeah, but it reconnects to, I think, Fate space, Fairy space, Shadow space, Dark space, spaces.
Space.
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 Very
That's the best one.
oddly crowded.
Right, yeah, it's...
Space.
There we go.
Can't
What's,
find any.
yeah, people think there's something there you can go after.
Yeah, but that's everyone thinks that, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
The most popular beach.
Q space.
Oh, Q space. Look
Yes.
out.
A lot of people in line.
Oh, Q. I thought
Yes,
you-
no.
The Q.
not the Q continue.
Yeah, they are right next to each other.
Okay, that's confusing.
It is, yeah.
Isn't the Q continuum right next to everything?
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
Yeah.
that's
like-
what they'll have you believe.
It's like a fifth dimensional. He's like a fifth dimensional imp or something, right? Anyway,
Do you know how hard it is to say Q backwards? You know what I mean? In the
You-
back there.
it's sort of umlaut face.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
If you need us to spend 2 hours faffing about, we will do it.
Oh,
We
I
have
know you
proven it
will.
before.
I know. And I want to give you all the faffing about time you all need.
Perfect.
space faff.
But yeah, Hero Space connects to Elsier Space, Great Space, Dark Space, and Fairy Space.
Okay. Oh, perfect. I'm most interested in one of them, but we do have other things that we are, of course, looking for, including Tabaxi cultists and any information on Null. Did I write that down correctly? Null is
Yes,
What
he is
about-
the most recent dragon to appear in Marley's dreams.
perfect,
Marley's
and just
life.
and just a quick dip into fairy space, and that should do it.
Marley, have you had any other new dragons appear in your dreams?
No. I've been mostly just kind of like taking naps though, and like probably about every 2 to 4 hours have been like knocking on the Spelljammer helm to try and get Hester to vacate.
Yeah, you can knock anywhere on the helm, by the way. It doesn't need to be on the door, but felt like that was particularly aggressive. But yes, it's anywhere. Just say Hester, and I will. You'll see when you get there. It's a really quite unique.
Great.
Yes,
You're gonna like it.
and of course, your concern is appreciated, darling. But I am perfectly fine slightly shook, as the kids call it, but nothing for us but space and time. So, the sooner we are in hero space, the sooner we're off again.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm keeping my eye on you just in case.
I appreciate it always. I suppose I do owe you both a bit of an explanation. Yes. I am right. When I met you all, I introduced myself, of course, as Hester. It is since, of course, come out that I have a more informal name. Also, I was lying about being a Hester.
What?
Yes,
You're not a Hester?
No, I am related to one, and I thought I was, as in past tense, related to one.
Uh-huh.
She went into the flow and disappeared with no report.
Does that change your relation to them?
To my mother?
I think she meant that she thought she died.
Yes.
Oh, that kind of relation.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. Yes, I sorry, I don't mean to be impertinent. I'm certainly just...
No, well, it's very possible that at least 20 days ago they were still alive and we just hadn't heard from them, and I'm not put out at all. So, yes, I thought, as the member of my family who is furthest afield, and the one with the closest access to a port into space and the flow, that I owed it to go out and find what had happened to her, and that the best cover, so to speak, traveling was to be her. Being a Hester opens quite a few doors.
Yeah, certainly. I just want to say for that I don't feel any sense of having been had one put over on me, because I frankly had really became acquainted with the notion of a Hester in this way and its sense of what value, unique to my experience with you. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're just as Hester as you've ever.
Bless you, Storm. I do appreciate that. My mission has remained the same. It was investigating Hester's in the hopes of perhaps
Certainly.
the next Hester would be me mum. Marley, you being the most honest of us all and with a heart just as big as yourself, do you feel any particular way about this?
No, you're still Hester to us.
Bless you. If you would prefer to call me Lily, I wouldn't mind it, but perhaps the ruse may still open some doors. I did take the folk hero background, and I feel it's been mostly wasted so far. So...
I mean, I'll call you whatever you want me to. I'll call you Billy if you want. But...
No, thank you. No, not that for sure. We've knocked that one right off. Yep. No, Hester or Lily would be fine, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll support whatever you need.
Thank you. You're both true friends, and again, I apologize for it. I don't believe there's any harm in the ruse, but at the same time, I wouldn't have you. Storm, we've had some intricate conversations regarding destiny, some of which are quite deeper than I think I was ready for, but I do think it's given me a lot of perspective, so all of it's been valuable, but again, I apologize if any of it's been under false pretense, is all.
It's alright, you know. No one was hurt.
No, and with any luck, my mother's out there. I can do her a quick strangle, and then she can be off to retain her destiny.
Oh wait, is this also like another layer that to be revealed? Like it's not to just find her; you want to find her and murder.
Oh, only in a very loving. Where the hell have you been? I am your daughter, one of 8, and we're all terribly worried sick, and you haven't called.
Where are you in birth order? That's quite a large litter.
I am the 8th.
Eighth
Funny story,
being
my
the
mother...
the first one?
No, the youngest. No, funny story, my mother was also the youngest of 8, so we have that in common.
The 8th daughter of an 8th daughter.
Yes, I suppose so.
That signifies something. I'd say you're probably on your 8th path. Very far along. Very far along. Yep. That's what I'd say.
Well, it signifies that I didn't exactly want to sit around milking cows, and there wasn't a lot of birthright left, so I went to university.
Right. Maybe even 9th path. Wow, you could really be on the verge of something with this lifetime. Because if your mother was the 8th and 8th, and is that 8th one further, or is that consistent? Do these things travel? This is an interesting question.
I hope so. I mostly found that I was tired of getting my boots muddy, so I went to a sky university. But
that's very practical. You do strike me as being nothing if not pragmatic. Practical. You're very sensible.
You. My lord, thank you. Yes.
I'm not very sensible, so I notice it when other people are.
And I have also noticed that you are not very sensible. Yes. When we were trying to pull a ruse onto Nyogi, started a peasant uprising as maybe an avatar of their deceased god. Not the move I would have made myself, but I do admire it.
Well, it's making for a good story.
For sure,
At least among ourselves, correct? I mean, it was a bonding moment, if nothing else.
Yes, we had to quickly bond because
Knifey pulled me out of a bad scrape there with a good scrape, actually quite more of a good jab. So bully for him. Where is Knifey anyway?
You rang, sir. Master of stars.
And why?
You hear me stab something again? I heard my name and scrape.
That's right.
I do more stabbing than scraping. Scraping.
You do.
Was my cousin.
You do. I had a feeling.
Waiting for it.
More like of a place and draw across with a twist of the wrist.
Scraping was the purview of my cousin, Scratchy.
Your best work, Andrew.
Can't wait for the full family tree.
I was just imagining. We have to go to the reunion. That's going to be a whole bottle episode. Wow. Knifey, I was just commenting on how, I don't know, just how you stabbed me out there and brought me back to my senses. I appreciate it.
I think it was my second best stab, because it helped a friend.
That's true. Yeah. The best stab would be
killing a man and watching the light drain from his eyes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
I did that too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with the warlock.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah. Anyway, we've been bonding through, a lot of dog different ways.
Lots of team building exercises.
It's true. It's true. Our deadly interface is the index of which has been growing exponentially. It's good. It's good. Sort of mobile danger room.
Yeah, there is danger wherever we go.
Right? We bring the room wherever we want.
Yes, even in this very room. Just there's danger even in this very room.
What was that, Mr. Captain?
Always, it's someone's middle name here, I would say. Mine is Of, so I'm not. But Knifey, what's your middle name? Is it Danger?
No, what is my middle name? I don't have one.
Well, how about Knifey Danger? How about that?
Knifey Danger with my hit new album.
Wow! Yes, I see it now. I see, Magic Initiate Bard.
The real stabbing was the friends we made.
Come on, we can. I don't know, do something out of this.
Yeah, I'm down. I've always thought of myself more as a painter, but I could try my hand at some lyricisms.
Absolutely, that's great, and we can get some compositions together. We have multiple instrumentations. I'm sure Warminster would be happy to pitch in with some sort of percussive bombast.
Some sort of war trumpet or drums, probably.
Everything somehow descends into the finale of the 1812 Overture.
And then a cannon!
Things blowing up.
I was imagining either that or like bagpipes.
Yes, for sure. One.
That's also definitely in the player's handbook. So,
yes, every song is a dirge or the 1812 orchestra. Well, you absolutely have fun with your band, and just so long as we arrive safely in hero space.
I don't.
I didn't expect you to. Yes.
Yeah. Just think about that time I stabbed a man.
You sure are. Was there some mopping to be seen?
Oh, sure.
I swear, I saw. Is that woman, sir, over there?
No, that's my bucket. Do you need glasses?
Best C2.
Okay.
It is a big bucket. To be fair.
No, from this angle, I could kind of see how you think.
Absolutely.
The handle would look like his snout.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Leans over to Marley. I don't see it. I'm just trying to make her feel. You just gotta give her a win sometimes.
You have to show me your knife paintings sometime.
Sorry, say it again.
Your knife paintings.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, the knife is sort of the applicator, but they're mostly red, like a dark dried red.
Oh, you're in your red period. Is that it?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Okay. Well, did you?
Don't let us keep you.
Oh, Boppin, you're too right.
Yeah.
Nice kid. Good jobs and all that.
Yes. He's a nice kid.
Is he? You're his second favorite stab. First favorite stab was watching the life drain out of a man's eyes.
Well, I like to think that I placed highly because it was a novel experience. I don't think he's ever stabbed for friendship. Normally, it's option A. So that's we've already doubled the young kids' options.
You're giving them something to stab for. Think about
I do notice there's a strange echo in the room where we can't hear ourselves. Just anyway, I think I shall pace. Anyone else suffer some pace? Anyone else feel a lot of?
Sure. I'll pace
energy?
with you.
Okay.
I'll keep pace.
Okay.
Every few turns, I'm gonna feline agility pace, and then stop and wait for you to catch up, and then do it again. Take a turn off.
I have very short legs, dear. It's going to take me a moment. But,
I know.
Yes,
I'm
I'll
doing
be
it
right
mainly
down.
for the comedy.
Okay. And Marley,
The
dear,
exercise, too.
I don't feel I was nearly supportive enough about how you were touched by an angel or something.
Huh?
And you have not had any further communications.
Oh, with the death god dragon thing that's in my head? No.
Okay. Okay. Sounds very dramatic. Well, in Hero Space, we are hoping to get a lot more answers,
Mm-hmm.
and we can take on work as needed. I believe we're probably closer to your end, Storms. Yes, almost there, dear. Answers than we are my own. So don't think for a second that we won't take time to address them. I would have you cured of these nightmares or prophetic dreams or whatever we're doing there.
Oh, well, thank you,
Well-
Hester. And
We're on a mission from a goddess, you know? It's kind of a big deal.
It absolutely is.
I mean, they're all kind of a big deal. I mean,
But yeah, certainly. But I mean, planar deity.
Yes,
I've never had a boss like that. I mean,
I couldn't put that above, like, finding someone's mom or if my race was
I'm not
having a
saying
death
that.
cult
I'm
or anything.
certainly no, not belittling. I'm just saying that as far as having an employer, or even if it's on a subcontractual basis, in my case, as I'm, aligned with you, but it's outside of my regular purview.
Well, yes, and Marley, you make a terrible zealot, which is very reassuring, actually. But we have
Is that a compliment?
As it is, yes. It shows some reason behind it. At the same time, on my planet, right, my plane, we also worship your matron, your goddess. What is your relationship with her? Would you say?
I guess goddess would be the best way to say it.
Okay, absolutely. We know what that is, and I think most of what a lot of you guys say is nonsense. So that's it's profound to me. I met her. I was like, "Hey, by the way, Marley's a good kid," and she was just kind of like, "You're bothering me, but I will entertain this." Like, it's not nothing, and you can absolutely say, "Hey, Hester, your mum doesn't matter for just a minute longer while we go and find the treasure my God needs." I like just to feel free to have a selfish moment is all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that. I don't think that we should do it first. I think that because of the whole, she's the goddess of fate, destiny, too, right? That's part of her domain, wheelhouse. So, basically, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. We just need to be ready when it happens and be focused. I mean, so we go on about our other things. Who's to say that these things aren't connected in some way anyway? Especially if the goddess of fate is our boss, right? I mean, your mother and this thing with this death cult and the dragon could all be related. Who knows?
I'm not ready for that.
Well, we have to be.
Okay, yes, okay. In that way, yes. If needs be, I will be ready for the task. I'm just saying, it seems a bit much.
Certainly, but it's a bit much. Plus, we have Alvar.
Yeah, I suppose we do. I thought we really closed up his side quest already.
Just saying.
Yes.
He could meet a nice princess, get married, have a kid. Anything could happen.
Andrew, sorry, Andy, A period, N period, D period, Y period, the onboard computer. Alvar seemed very disinterested in returning to Kreen space. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, A period, N period, D period, Y period.
Of course, Hester.
Yeah, I don't like to miss my name.
I know a lot about you.
I do talk in my sleep. I did join it physically. I entered the helm. Well, listen, we won't know this until we won't know where our destinies or fates or what have yous lie until we get to Fate's Face, which at this rate will be 3 weeks from now. But I am enjoying myself, so it's hard for me to call a quit to it. But I'm going to go take a long rest to get all my spell slots back.
It's probably a good idea. You were in there a long time,
Yes.
which I won't lecture you about, but
You're
next
concerned?
time, maybe just like talk to us first before you go on a crazy spree and leave us to explore the creepy Illithid spaceship alone.
In my defense, I didn't know that was going to be there. Also had no interest. But nope. Yep.
You wouldn't have liked it very much, I don't think.
No, terrified of Illithids. I think you all know that.
You know, Villyana looked so good in her red uniform when she came with us.
It does.
Feel the blood.
It suits her very, very much. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yes. No. Yes. Fashion is in contrast, and I do think the bright reds and the dark skin works very well.
Deep
Good to hear she's participating. I do enjoy her cooking. Nope, I won't get myself in further trouble. Absolutely. And good to hear she filled in my stead and protected my friends, because I would so hate to hear anything happen to you, and I am sorry I wasn't there. Am terrified of Illithids, not that sorry I wasn't there, but sorry that I was there for you to say, hey, get the hell off this vessel, that thing eats higher degrees.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Right.
It would have been nice to have you either way, but
Yes, well, my intelligence save is much better than Villyana's. That would have been a help.
That's true.
I guess I just want to make sure that you know that, you can always trust us to talk. You don't have to run into the space jammer helm to get your feelings out or anything. We're here for you.
Yes, I'm coming to rely on it. And yes, it wasn't well. I also didn't want to talk about it, but I do want to talk about it. But yes, it was simply that I had heard any evidence at all that may still be alive, and I was in a bit of a hurry. And Alvar was surely out of spell slots. It was clear, right? We all saw that.
He needed to bathe.
Also, that yes. By the way, high heaven in that little enclosed sphere. We
have to press to digitate that place.
Yeah, you kind of disengage from all ego, but you don't actually stop existing. So
right. So
yeah, you run up
dichotomy that's at work.
Yes,
You're in
run
it
up
and
a
out
bill.
Right.
That someone's got to pay. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Doesn't matter how good the yoga is. You still smell the parts if they have.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, actually.
I mean, is that a saying?
It should be.
Right.
No, but thank you, Marley, and thank you, Storm. I'm sorry it took me so long. It's just once you kind of get tangled in a lie, it's very difficult to pick the moment to get off the ride. And so
sure. I thought we were talking about the helm hogging. That's fine. Don't worry. We've already covered the.
Yeah.
It's like I said. You're who you are, and that hasn't changed. As far as how I relate to you, how you relate to me. So
No, yeah, I didn't get too deep. I didn't misrepresent myself too much, except for the one big one. So.
Right, and it's really just a label. I mean, right?
Yeah, some kind of legendary title or a name. Never sure. Never sure.
Well, right, but I mean, yeah, you still feel the same, you know?
Yes, is lost and out here, and I have learned quite a bit about multiple Hester. So
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to give you some
you are not
insight
wrong.
when we do find you.
yes,
And maybe we can help you search better now that we know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if for say we are in a context situation where you're putting yourself out that way, and for some reason, I don't know, you're tested. Us knowing we can assist in some way. We need to maintain a certain belief in order to fulfill. I don't know.
Well, and it should never devolve into that comedy routine. Hester's on first.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because it really just doesn't go anywhere past that one.
No.
And
Yeah.
Okay, where is she? That would be my next question.
Yeah. No. It does. Yeah.
Let her have it. Okay, where is she? She's
I mean,
first.
it's famous, but like,
Right.
is it?
I would like to hear Minerva do that routine.
She needs to organize. Did you see how long it took her to find all our junctions from Hero Space?
she definitely needs a better organization system. I'll tell you what.
Purchase her
She's
some
under
kind
a
of
lot of stress. She just
personal
met, like,
assistant.
those survey people.
Yeah, I think that Storm is going to start hanging out with Minerva, like in her research area, and like just osmosing information and chatting and like playing dragon chess and that kind of a thing.
The unless anyone would like to say anything else, the next bit of time passes uneventfully. Minerva is plotting a bunch of routes. She's kind of making notes on various spheres and continuing to do the research that you all have asked her to do, and she's kind of filling you in. I sent you all updates a while ago, but she's kind of filling in that information a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the next bit of time, all well rested, you pop out of the flow with Alvar piloting into hero space. And you're flying maybe 10 minutes before you are approached by 10 spelljammers.
Oh.
So they all look vaguely like hammerhead sharks. They don't really have the kind of the exterior fins, so it's kind of a long, sleek body with a big hammered head at the front. But it kind of does have the fin at the back still, it just doesn't have the side fins. And yeah, it pilots up, cruises up to you. Would you like to react in any way?
I would have cast Mage Armor previous to now, but...
on the ship?
Yes.
Do they look like space piratey, or do they look like
Cops.
police?
They look like cops. Yeah, like you get a cops vibe.
Right.
Yeah, and Minerva will say that she believes, or that according to all of her research, this is normal. They're going to escort us to a planet, and we have to do customs, essentially.
Great. I will climb up to the crow's nest and wave.
So, I surrender. Whatever you need was...
Your flight ring, no. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, yeah, once you seem to be acquiescing. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, do they message and hail us or whatever? Because, yeah, so I was just going to respond like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Once they kind of see that you're standing down, they all turn, roughly in formation and start to fly ahead. And Alvar kind of shrugs in the helm and yells out, "I'm just going to follow them." And
Great.
Okay.
at a fairly safe speed. I don't want to get caught for speed or anything. And they fly you to a very barren looking moon. Let's see, revolving around a planet that looks the planet below is very heavily forested. And you can see as you're passing by various planets, they all have their own sun and they're all different colors. Okay. So you pass by a planet with a small orbiting white sun, a yellow sun, a blood red sun, light orange, and the planet you are that the moon is orbiting has a light blue sun.
Hmm.
And each sun seems to only have one planet that it's...
Yes.
Okay.
Are the planets orbiting around the sun, or is the sun orbiting around the planet?
The sun orbits the planets.
Okay, so it's more like a moon.
Geocentric.
Yeah, sort of.
How far apart are they? Like
They are
millions of.
They're not terribly far apart because it hasn't taken you more than a day to get past. Well, you can kind of see them in the distance. They're decently far apart. Like they might take 12 hours to fly between.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not
Cool.
Not terribly
Great.
far.
And we're going to this light blue sun one?
Yes. And it's got a heavily forested planet and then a rather barren looking moon that has a couple kind of very plain looking big stone buildings on it and a massive naval fleet yard. Like these 10 ships are, one of or 10 of like 100 ships.
So are we going towards the moon with a big stone building?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They land and gesture for you to do the same. And after you do, no one really comes to greet you. You can just see that you've landed on a platform that has a path leading into a building.
While we are on our way, I will spend a 3rd level slot sending.
Okay.
To Hester. Are you here?
How specific are you getting in your target?
I mean, I know who I want, but I've had other people answer me before,
Yeah.
so...
A chorus
like
of...
6 answers.
Yeah, a chorus of like half a dozen people responds, "Yeah, who's this?"
Okay.
And various answers to that.
Yeah.
New spell slot. Who
A couple are more friendly. A couple sound older and crotchety, and I don't want it.
Yeah. Please remove me from your list.
Not interested.
I signed up for the do not send list, and this is an outrage.
Right, your councilman. Sorry. Just doing a ring about. Okay. Okay,
none of them sound like your mother.
No, yes, that answered my question, I feel. But also well done. I do like the flavor of it. Right.
That was worth the 3rd level spell slot, right?
Yes.
You get one back. Is that a divination spell? Or is that weird?
No,
is that like evocation or something weird?
Just says... that's the effect, communication. Let me click on
What is it? It's like transmutation or something weird.
Evocation. Well, it's strange, but I suppose in a way.
I guess if you're calling out, well, that would be invocation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is a strange one for it.
All healing spells are also evocation spells.
Yes,
so.
anymore. So you're
Some
taking the energy of the
one or
universe.
two is a necromancy, aren't they?
Yeah, a couple
No.
are.
In previous editions, that was much more common.
Yeah, but like
that healing spells were
yeah,
necromancy.
I think the necromancy spells that heal typically only heal you.
That makes sense.
At someone else's
Selfish.
Yeah, it's like vampiric touch and stuff like that.
Well, that one, yeah, absolutely. That's like the warlock special.
But let's see. Okay, yeah. So, you all land. Alvar comes out of the helm. Starts putting on some fixing gloves. And he's just what? I gotta keep the ship in tip-top shape.
Oh, not fixing gloves. Okay, yes.
No, yeah, like, sorry. Han Solo wears gloves to fix things, so I don't know.
That's because Harrison Ford was a carpenter and he knows you have to protect your
Yes.
hands when you work.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's entirely why.
Yes.
Well, I just saw an interview with him actually where he saw his dad's finger get chopped off of a wood shop, and that's what made him kind of decide that carpentry wasn't for him.
Oh, so I started a movie called Star Wars.
Right. And he started crashing planes and getting his flag wrecked and movies.
So it turns out it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but I do like that he probably starred in Star Wars, saw that happen, and went, "Yeah, I guess I'll just act."
I guess I'll stick with the Star Wars.
I hate this so much. What else am I gonna do? Not act?
Yeah. Very good at pointing accusingly at things.
Give me back my
I
plane.
heard about an interview with the Call of the Wild, because they use the dog is CG, and like it's actually a guy in a green mocap
it was a
suit.
Cirque du Soleil actor.
And someone was interviewing Ford about it, and they're like, "So you're like laying on the ground, like messing around with this dude in a green suit?" He's like, "There was money involved."
It was really weird. They showed on, I think it was like Sunday morning, they showed like him like handing the dog like the thing, but then the dog melted away and it was the guy in the suit. It was weird. It was weird every time.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I just imagine Harrison Ford really having like interns who like wear suits like that and he behave that way around him. Anyway, we're way off track. Alvar, sorry, you've inspired quite a fantasy world.
Aerospace is weird. We've determined that right off.
I'm not taking out my earring and I'm not shaving. But yeah, Alvar kind of. How do you want to do this? Should we? What are you doing?
Huh?
I suppose we
Do you
declare.
wanna? How do we do this? Is Alvar ostensibly in charge
Oh, am
of
I?
the ship? I mean, as far as name on the manifest kind of thing, like
Oh,
customs.
yeah. I think I'm technically the captain, but I
Or
think
is
of you
that
three as the
Warminster? He's the
owners.
quartermaster, right?
I think
Well,
yeah.
He'll sort it
Fill
out.
out a form?
I feel like we're doing this like in front of the cops while they're waiting.
Yes.
Like,
Whose name is
so
the ship under?
is it you or
You bought insurance, right?
I whatever.
I said no to the undercoating.
Oh, that was a bad call. It's
A lot of salt in the flow.
I'm gonna rot away.
Effect.
I feel like
Look at the
flight
snow
attendant
antenna.
was supposed to bring us a little form like 2 hours before we land so we could fill it out.
Yes, well, we'll get that started.
Oh.
And if anyone needs to speak with Alvar, they'll go through Warminster and then eventually get them.
So Warminster, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you Warminster?
Yes.
Can you sort of take the diplomacy, the sort of customs gun, but not a gun, sort of a figurative gun, you know? We have to relate with these officers, just to check in while we're here in Hero Space. Have you been here before?
Let's see if he's been here before. He says, yes, once. Well, I wasn't. It turns out they hadn't heard of me, so I had to leave. I tried to stay, but the lawful neutral planet's not very nice. So,
oh, do they need to have heard of you?
No, if you want to live here, possibly. They'll ask you a bunch of questions.
I see.
Lawful neutral planets.
Yes, every planet is broken down by alignment. Very old-fashioned.
I see.
So what's the light blue sun planet?
That one is true neutral.
Ooh.
Bunch of druids live there because it's 2nd edition.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Let's get to it, and we'll address the complications as they arise. I'm fine. I'll declare myself. If you don't mind, I probably will continue the Hester ruse. Don't worry, I won't be alone.
We've got you.
They most certainly heard of me.
Do we know? I mean, are we going to go to this one with the light blue sun?
I think
the Druid one?
Just for passports and
yeah. Alvar or Warminster will say that in order to go to any planet, you have to get permission from the people in charge. And if you aren't that alignment, it can be a little tricky.
Right. Well,
unless you have good reason. I mean, they're not unreasonable here. Oh, yes, and money talks.
I would think the true neutrals would be most accepting of all or most. Is that true or is that not? Is that false neutral, what I'm saying?
It has less to do with the people on the planet and more to do with the Rationale order of Magistrates, because their magic protects the planets.
Some bureaucracy. Thank goodness. Okay.
Well, maybe you should handle this.
Oh, I'd be glad to take the lead, of course. Let us receive and greet them, and again, we'll deal with the complications as they arise.
Sure, I'm prepared to be social, but I mean, if we're going to get bureaucratic, maybe you should take them.
Okay. Yes, kick down the gangplank. Walk out and be like, yes, I'm the Hester, where can I sign?
There's still no one out here.
Wonderful. Terrible reception.
Oh, they aren't. Where are the cops? What are they doing?
They landed their ship separately. They told you where to land, and then they just kind of parked you in front of like a nondescript government building with a little pathway leading up to it.
Oh, so we have to go out and... I see. Do we have to get validation for the...
Usually there's more columns in Ivy where I come from, but I still do love efficiency, so let's see where it leads us.
Efficiency?
I'm sure they validate. They must. It's not a very crowded moon from where I'm sitting. It's primarily cops. Yes, walk in. We can breathe in the atmosphere and all that.
Yes.
It's still very Victorian dummy science.
Yes.
Good. Fantastic.
And landing has replenished your ship's atmosphere.
Why wouldn't it?
Because you just open the thing and you suck in more atmosphere.
Yep. That
Absolutely.
is basically how it works.
You open the atmosphere portholes and they just close in. Great. Cool.
Yeah, so push in. What is the atmosphere within our small drab building?
So it's inside. There are more columns and sort of draped tapestries, but they're just like solid colors. And yet there's a bunch of little offices that have various nameplates on them. And then stamped at the sort of at the back wall, where you can see a little archway. imprinted, like carved into the stone. It just says, the Rational Order of Magistrates, building a better hero space for you, comma, today.
Am I wrong to be getting a Brazil vibe?
A little bit.
Yeah,
bit.
Okay. Good.
Ooh.
Okay. Great. Rational Order of Magistrates it is. Head right for that arch, for sure.
Walking in, there's a big circular table, and there is a group of 20 people dressed all exactly the same. They wear, let's see.
Any wigs on offer?
Do you have to bring your own wig, or is wig provided?
BIOW.
No, they're all vaguely hooded. And
are they like lumpy hoods though? Like, is there
could there be a wig underneath? Yeah, you'd say there could be a wig underneath.
Nice, fantastic.
Roll for wigs.
And yeah, they're just kind of wearing fairly plain-looking red and gold robes. And yeah, there's 20 of them. They look to be like half men, half women, approximately.
Each of them?
Well, no, it's not like Star Trek.
It's a real Frank Gorsham situation.
Love that.
No, like 10 and 10. Sorry.
Yes.
Matter, antimatter people. Okay. Cool.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen of the Magistrate, I am here from the Charming Anecdote. We are from the Phlogiston, and we are here to declare.
I'll play some nice sort of underscoring music.
Is there like a very obviously like take this number and you'll be received?
No, and it looks like no one was currently being received. They were all kind of chatting amongst themselves, but as soon as you entered, they all politely stood to look at you, or not stood. They all politely turned to look at you, and yeah, they all kind of nod and say, "Yes, the Charming Anecdote, yes." What is your purpose in Hero Space?
Yes, I am a Hester. I am the Hester of Great Plains from Mirador, and me and my crew, adventurers all, not quite ready to settle down, you understand, still active, but certainly passing through, could use a bit of shopping, a resupply, some information. We have some ominous leads, of course, that we would certainly probably look to explore. Looking to get our passport stamped, and mostly looking to be transient and on the way through, but come what may in Hero Space, am I right?
That's not our slogan, no.
What is it? A new thing today? What was it now?
Well, building a better Hero Space, today is
That's brilliant. I love that. Did you come up with that?
Thank you. Someone on the end said, I did, yes, thank you.
I love that.
Yes,
That's really, I'm not saying not to puff myself up in praising you, but I have an ear for these. Really,
thank you. But
been around, really. It's
but
totally caught my attention.
He says that is the catch for the slogan of the Rational Order of the Magistrates. The Hero Space catchphrase is a planet for every hero.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just impractical. Yes, the legendary Storm of Stars you are already speaking with, of course.
Murmur.
And
someone says who?
Okay.
Oh, it's Jaimin Hounsu, isn't it? Damn it. He's casting Space Shade in every movie. Jaimin, come on.
Also, might I indicate, scion of the Raven Queen, here, my friend Marley. So you will find us not without our pedigree. Okay.
Only one person was impressed by that, sorry.
Really? With the Raven Queen?
Well, they kind of look at her like, that's not a kid of the Raven Queen. That's just an elf.
A scion, not a.
Depending on how literally they take it.
I guess. I mean,
they are the rational magistrates. So,
everything is dry.
On a personal mission from the Raven Queen herself, I watched it with my own eyes. So, just
that one person starts clapping a little faster.
Thank you. I mean,
Alice.
Really, the best answer is that we are in hero space because we are heroes, and we're here to be heroic. We have 3 aforementioned reasons for exploration, all relating to different matters of personal and sort of universal urgency. And our ship should check out any OSHA standards.
Yes, and not
whatever it is.
Not looking to stay, but looking to pass through, take in all the local color, and once we get our leads and perhaps a chase through a bazaar, we will be on our way.
Several people raise their hand.
Yes, you and the...
You and the red and gold.
Thank you. But they all seem to instinctively know exactly the one you were talking to. Not to be blunt, but you have coin to spend, correct?
Well, sure. I mean, are you saying that there's a harbor fee, or are you saying that there's you want to just make sure that we're gonna help stimulate the local economy?
That one, yeah. He says,
absolutely.
We of course do not impugn any fees or taxes. We don't levy such a thing on visitors, but to pump money back into the economy is always very welcome.
Well, we'll have to eat.
Support gift shops.
Absolutely. And gift shops.
Yes.
Right?
I expect this to be the only sphere in which I shall not be at want for any variety of Hester license plates or keychains. So, yes. Yes, no, we have, of course, we have coin that we shall use to...
we're not going to be a burden to your infrastructure.
No sirs and ma'ams.
Yeah, someone puts their hand down. Another person asks, what planets do you plan on visiting?
What planets do you have?
We have a total of 9.
That's a good total.
Yeah, he says there is Gondolin, lawful good planet. Hearthguard, lawful neutral. Darkseed, lawful evil. Cumberland, neutral good. Gneva, neutral, which is the planet you're above. Morgan's World, neutral evil. Woodhaven, chaotic good. Asylum, chaotic neutral. And Chaosstrom, chaotic evil.
Wow.
We heard that there might be restrictions on what planets we can go to.
Yeah, hold on, let me look at I wrote all of your alignments down.
I'm mostly a Cumberland gal myself.
Yeah,
they Cumberland sounds good.
They say they typically do not grant, and they have to grant you access to those planets. They typically do not grant access to evil planets to good people. And vice versa.
Of course.
The person says, of course, arrangements can be made.
Okay.
Well, I mean...
Take from that what you will, wink.
Nope,
wink.
Yep, got it, nope.
And a third wink.
Also, you're wearing a hood. Very hard to see it, but I see it.
That's why I said wink.
Is this the wig
the word,
one,
yes.
by any chance?
Say that again, Timothy.
Is this the wigged one by any chance?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Well, do they all have moons that perhaps off-world business is conducted, or is that not universal?
He says that this is the only moon in the sphere, and this is where all off-world business is conducted.
Of course.
Well, I mean, I personally would want to go to a place that's going to be, favorably inclined to my own disposition, or any disposition. However, I'm wondering if as really the nature of our goals are open-ended, and that we're not quite sure where exactly they'll lead us. So it's possible it could lead us to one of these other places, like Chaosdrum or something. But I don't know that we really want to go there. But what if our heroic imperative suggested that we had no choice but to go there or to investigate going?
I think he's
How does that
asking,
work?
do we need to get the license now, or do we need to get it later when we find out?
Well, they say you can get it later, but they say the thing
After you're there?
No, you have to come back. If you decide to go there, you have to come get it here, and then you can go.
Okay.
But they say the thing about hero space is you can't really do a lot of heroing. It's more of a retirement community.
Oh.
We don't like people, the lawful good or chaotic good, for instance, playing police force to the evil planet. They have earned their right to retire just as the good people have.
Oh.
They've paid their retirement fees and their membership dues.
Now, I suppose I would direct this a little bit to the one who is the most openly kind of like, coin walks here. Now, of course, we would not be trying to influence a rational body such as yourselves any way or another, such as, let's say, a plurality of Tabaxi might, and I will cast Detect Thoughts on them.
Okay.
To try and I, of course, will regain a first level spell slot for casting Mage Armor earlier with that. But yes, I will be aiming, of course, to suss out perhaps recent rumors on the shady Tabaxi
Hold on
in the area. But aiming at him, since he seemed to be most openly soliciting a bribe.
Okay. So, he kind of pauses and squints at you, and then he does look at Storm, and he thinks the Tabaxi, they wouldn't be so bold as to try again so soon to buy the sphere and send a Tabaxi and be so open and honest. No. Just kind of, and then he kind of says, as we said before, the sphere is not for sale.
Sale?
They tried to buy it.
Sphere?
I'm sorry, I was simply making an open-air statement, of course. But you said something interesting. Someone to buy the sphere?
Kind of looks at the Tabaxi again, looks at you like, what kind of weird game is this? And thinks as such. Says, yes, a group of individuals who thought that the lifestyles espoused by the sphere would be fitting of their master clan.
Which sphere?
This one, that a planet for every person under the sun would fit their Tabaxi point of view, and they would kick out all the not Tabaxi, and it was fair. We said no.
The whole sphere.
The whole sphere.
Where do you send them Did you tell them to tell the story walking? Like, what did you...
Yes, we mobilized the fleet, and they got the picture quite quickly.
I see. To which of your neighbors did you shoo?
We believe they fled to fairy space.
Oh, right.
But whether or not they doubled back from there, if they went to an undiscovered sphere that they didn't know about, I have never seen that many Tabaxi in one place at once.
How many?
There were nearly 50. We don't have that many Tabaxi here. I mean, we have a sizable number. They just didn't all come at once.
Yes.
Are they all on one ship?
They were on 3 ships.
And how recently?
Let's see. 2 weeks ago. So 210-day, yeah, 210-day.
And if you were to describe their spokesman, and again, just kind of read his thoughts of the first thing he pictures, regardless of his description, to try and get an image of...
Oops, let me see. He was a jet black Tabaxi with sort of white markings on his face, and he had bright yellow eyes, as many Tabaxi do. And the guy is kind of trying to recall his name, and he remembers his name as Eyes of Fire.
Did you say he was jellical in nature?
I would say he was a bit jellical.
Understood. Well, that's...
Would Idris Elba be playing him?
Yeah, he was McCavity the Satan Cat, or whatever his deal is.
Well, I must say, that was a very strange way for you to have started a conversation, but...
Wait, what?
Yes, we don't have time for it, you know what I mean? So...
You can't just accuse people of trying to buy you.
Yes, and now kind of scan around the room to see, like, is anyone else kind of murmuring, like, oh, yeah, Tabaxi or anything, like, or is it mostly centered on the one guy I pegged as bribe solicitor general?
That is my title, yes.
BS general.
Yeah, he seems to be the kind of the one focusing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone else is like, well, that was weird, Steve.
How much did they offer you?
An insulting amount, frankly. 5 million gold.
That seems low.
It does seem low. For a whole sphere?
Oh.
They were trying to convince us, well, it's all cash, and it's just like, well, I don't care.
Did they cite any sort of tax exemption due to religious reasons?
Yeah, they tried. And it's just like, that's not going to fly here. We got people from all over. They worship all kinds of gods.
Right.
Marley, did you say something a second ago?
Oh, I was just going to make a joke about that's the price of one planet, am I right?
Yes, yeah. Not 9. All with their own sons?
Please. And yes, worshippers of all sorts, certainly not restricted to Tabaxi. I'm sure you know worshippers of every god under every sun, am I right?
Yes.
Tiamat, that has to be on your Sturm and Drang, whatever you said it was. Chaos Storm, that one.
Chaos Storm, yes. Yes. Tiamat, yes.
All right, what's the weirdest god I can think of?
Blue
no.
Blue Toop? Blue Toop?
Little Blop.
That's the weirdest one I can think of.
Goop Goop, the Ooze Lord. Kind of.
Jubilex. No.
Oh, lots of Jubilex. Kind of pause for a second at Null and just like, I don't. Null. What's Null again? And someone else. Dragon God of Death. Read
Detect
a book,
thoughts on that one?
Steve.
Steve's getting shade about no.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of reading thoughts. It's just like, yeah, if you read applicant dossiers, you'd know that 200 years ago there was an applicant who worshipped Null. Wake up, Steve.
All right. Does he remember where that applicant went?
Chaosstrom.
Okay, so it is.
Yeah.
It is mostly an evil thing. It's the
Chaotic
neutral
evil.
god of, or a chaotic neutral god of
But
dragon.
Chaosstrom is chaotic evil, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's see. Null's alignment is technically, let's see.
Neutral evil?
Oh, Null's alignment is technically lawful evil and lawful neutral.
Lawful what? Evil?
Lawful evil and neutral, depending on the edition, I guess. So I'm going to say lawful evil.
Yeah.
But that this worshipper was a chaotic evil person.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
They came from a different edition, as has been established.
I came from
Back when druids were neutral.
Oh no.
No.
Like Max Whitwer as Mordenkainen.
Yeah, but a little bit insight and a little bit detect thoughts. The room doesn't seem particularly perturbed by Null. It's just kind of like dropping a bucket.
Yeah.
We even worship Bane's stupid son.
Now, Kira Fall is Zip-a-Doop or something. I'm shockingly close.
You are not far enough off, in my opinion.
Yeah, they... yeah, I'm trying to even think of a weird god. Yeah, they say it takes all kinds.
For sure.
The dwarfish mother of safety. Definitely got her.
Yep.
OSHA.
OSHA Bronzebeard or whatever her name is. Yep. Got it.
OSHA Bronzebeard.
Meglubiet.
Oh,
That's
that's Goblin.
Goblin. Yep.
Yeah.
What was that one that the survey guy worshipped?
Oh, Ptah. Lots of Ptah.
Yeah.
No. In any of his guises, am I right?
Karan, god of werewolves. I just googled weirdest D&D gods, and I'm looking at the list now.
Eadro, am I right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Fenmaril Masterin, god of wild elves.
Rilliphane Ralathil. It's just fun to say.
Stuff.
Kurgerberg.
Oh, is that
Kurgerberg.
that crocodile one?
No, it's apparently the goblin god of oppression.
Oh, what's the... There's one called, like, I think it's in the Nawan, the Fritz Leiber's Fopper and the Grey Mouser. Lankmar. The Lankmar setting. Yeah.
We even have
It's like
someone
a god of
worshiping...
insects.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all
Weird.
consonants and apostrophes. It's like...
We even have someone worshipping a monitor, if you can believe it.
How ridiculous. It's not even from my sphere, and I know that's dumb. Yes. May as well be a celebrant of Elastri, am I right? What's that chick done? Anyway, well, great catching up. So, what do we need to do? We certainly don't...
Well,
Do you need to ask about your thing?
Oh, they are chock-a-block with Hesters, I am sure.
Right, but if they've encountered yours,
Oh, well,
that's really more to the point.
Any other Hesters from? Are you familiar with Mirador, the planet, and
Yes.
kind of the capital planet of the sphere, so it might be known as such. But yes, any other Hesters passing through from there? Probably not staying. Were they staying? Are they staying? I'm livid. Respond to a text every once in a while. What? Sorry, you were saying?
They will say that Hester of Mirador staying. No, definitely not staying.
Mm-hmm. Detect thoughts on that one.
Not staying. Trying to remember if they came through recently, but he's going through like 3 other Hesters.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hester of Great Space. Hester of Gray Space.
Hester of Space.
Hester of Space.
Surprisingly crowded.
Really pays off to be a halfling there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Occupy the same space as things.
But they don't.
As long as you're friends.
Yeah, they don't know of a Hester of You are the first Hester of Mirador that they have met.
Of course. Of course. Yes. No. Charming of you to ask, of course. But no, wouldn't want to bother them with that. Well, no, and if we can get is there a day pass?
Yeah, they will say you need to specify which planet you would like to visit, and we will give you a crystal. A day crystal.
I shouldn't hate to visit Cumberland. I think you'll find that I am attuned to it. I'm looking just to pick up some gewgaws, maybe a scroll or two. That sort of thing. Yeah, that's me, of course. My companions might, be.
What was the true neutral one?
Geneva.
That's right
the one
beneath
where,
us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I Geneva. You've heard it. You've heard it. You've all heard.
I wouldn't mind stopping by there. Oh, also the chaos one.
Which
chaos
one?
The chaos strum.
Oh, that one.
Chaos drum?
Something to reveal?
Yeah, they will look at you, and one of them will kind of put a hand up and seemingly very quickly cast a spell from 2nd edition. And they'll say, I'm sorry, we can't let you on, Chaostrum. You are not an evilly aligned character. Person, this isn't a game.
We're just a bunch of characters here. Yep, absolutely.
Are you a supporter of the belief that we're all in some bizarre game of the gods?
The gods play chess with all of us, or whatever the saying is.
Some kind of Vancian magic system?
Huh. That's fascinating.
Storm, did you have a destination of interest?
Well, as far as official hero business is concerned, we seem to have all 3 of our obvious points of interest sort of neatly sussed as not being part of this region. So yeah, if we're gonna look for things, the neutral place sounds favorable. Chaotic good or perhaps chaotic neutral. So those all sound good to me. The lawful, or rather, the neutral one sounds good. Druids, I like druids. I like the land.
And hope so.
Okay.
I like a druid.
They'll say Cumberland and Geneva will be no problem. Chaostrom, though.
Why do you want to go to Chaostrom?
Because that's where they said that the null worshiper person was.
No worshipper, not. And while I was detecting their thoughts, did I get the impression that Noah wasn't particularly chaotic evil or anything? Can I get a
Right? Yeah. You probably could have picked up that Null themselves isn't chaotic evil, just the worshiper was.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a bit of an outlier idea.
Is there a way to sort of show up with like a sanctuary kind of pass, like kind of an immunity? As a visitor with a stated mission, we want to go speak to this person who lives here. Can we be assured safe passage? Is there any sort of mechanic operates?
Yeah. You're saying that, and a couple of them are nodding. Like, yes, that is agreeable, but we need assurances on your end as well that you won't act out, and usually that is held in the form of money.
Well, act out. I mean, why? First of all, unless someone was suicidal, why would you ever act out being surrounded by someone who wasn't inclined to your own disposition? It just seems foolish.
Well, and in hero space of all places.
Right. That said, I have been known to be an impetuous fool. I will, however, give my word not to behave in such a manner because it would be contrary to the good of all. As far as I know at this point, with not being in front of any situation, literal. So, at any rate, you have my word.
Well, why don't we touch down, see the gift shop?
I don't know if I want to go to the gift shop.
Mull about to say, we absolutely want to see the gift shop, everyone.
No, I mean on Chaostrom.
Loves. Oh, no, absolutely not.
You're talking about this place here.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Some kind of.
But I'm addressing
personalized license plate or a piece of bark, whatever they've got down on Geneva.
Do you really want to split? Do you really have a problem finding something with your name on it?
Absolutely. I can't wait to spend my money here. I will message to Storm.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Be cool. Like, let's just get out of here with passports, and we're good. I'm sure this.
I just want to settle this loose end of passage to an evil planet because we need to for Marley.
I think that's going to end up being a kind of non-starter, and Marley, I'll explain more ways. But
if we want to shop and have a day to just discuss things before we make a move, that's fine. We can always come back here. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. Why don't we, since we're already here, why don't we just pop down to Geneva and
to have a bit of an R&R? Sure.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's plenty of.
Yeah. I mean, do you have some sort of I don't know. Can I give you some assurance here that I'm going to spend a certain amount there? Is there some sort of, I don't know, universally recognized travel barter chip?
You can buy hero space bucks.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Only to be used within hero space.
Yes.
Is it a 1-to-1 rate of exchange?
It is, yes. One gold buys you 1 hero buck.
I see.
That's a great exchange rate. I'm sure people will start leaping at the chance. No, if we can just get like I said, kind of a bit of a day pass down to Geneva, we'll start there. We'll pop back up here. We'll leave most of the ship and crew probably, as we just kind of. If you need a bit of a resupply, maybe we can all go down. Would we take our own ship for that? Is there a ferry?
I mean, you can.
We'll have atmosphere.
Yeah, you can take a ferry, but you can also fly your own ship.
Yeah, why don't we do that? get.
If we can fly our own ship, we should do that.
Yeah, get that atmosphere. Get we have a bit of a cook.
Oh, a different
We
cook?
could use some furniture. No, we're talking about the same cook.
Oh.
And we'll start there.
Question for the bureaucrats before we go. So I have it on good authority from our space owl that there are dragons of note in this area. Could I maybe get a list of dragons of note and where they are?
I'm sorry, please stay into the microphone whether or not you are a cop.
What?
Are you a cop, ma'am?
No.
Are you a harper?
No.
I'm sorry.
Narc is a dwarven word.
I'm not a harper, but I have associated with them. I've been sort of freelance.
Are you a harpist? Those are okay.
I can do that. And most things with strings.
Okay.
There's a bit of irony involved with the catgut, but we can talk about that later.
I can't play any instrument, so you don't have to worry about that.
They kind of stare at you for like half a minute, Marley. And then all behind you, you hear, "Oh, just give her the list!" What's the worst that could happen? And a handsome, middle-aged man, handsome is maybe a strong word, sort of a average-looking middle-aged man, kind of messy brown hair, a big, like a hook nose, wearing all blue, a big staff, walks in, and behind him is a big floating disc with a bunch of stuff on it.
This is Tensor.
This is Tensor.
Holy shit! The Tensor?
So, and someone says, "Tensor, you can't keep doing this."
The room just got tenser, am I right?
Oh, snap!
Boom. Boom.
For the win.
A Tensor will say, Come. They're just good, solid adventuring folk. Love it. Absolutely love it. Perhaps you've heard of me. My name is Tensor. I have, in this edition, one spell named after me. Do you need a disc? Get you a disc.
Would you sign my ritual book?
Of course. Here's a disc.
Thank you.
He casts Tensor's floating disc on your ritual book.
Yes!
Gets it over, signs it, sends it back to you.
Oh my god, this is so metal.
Your treatise on not carrying things for yourself is transformative.
It's transmutative, I think. Is it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, absolutely.
Can I add it to my... No.
If Tensor's floating disc is a bard spell, I will let you have learned it.
It's not.
Okay.
I don't think it is.
I
don't think
out of a t-shirt cannon at people.
I'm checking.
Yeah, shooting scrolls at a t-shirt cannons. Exactly.
Oh, Tensor's
I will
t-shirt
take
cannon.
it. I will transcribe it later. Scroll and Tensor's disc.
They get rid of all my good spells. Tensor's Brawl, Deadly Strike, Tensor's Destructive Resonance,
Tensor's is first level, right?
I believe it is, yeah. Tensor's Flaming
it's not a bard
Blade,
spell.
Giant Strength, Master of Arms. I assume they give you a lot of arms to carry things.
Yeah,
we know someone who would like that.
Yes, no, Tensor's I Can't Be Bothered, Mate is among top 8 spells I didn't have room for at character creation. So,
There's Tensor's Transformation, too.
He transforms.
Oh, was that in 5e?
I think it is. It might be in Xanathars.
Yeah. I think that there's 2 tensor spells in 5e.
2 spells!
You're on the move now. And not burdened or over encumbered. That's for sure.
Yep, Tensor's transformation.
Wow. I have his autograph. This is like something.
Yes, I got a scroll shot at me from a t-shirt cannon.
Top notch. Tensor's t-shirt cannon. Learn it.
But I mean, he wrote the scroll, right?
Put that
Or
on
did an
the
intern?
on the list.
It's got a big autograph at the
Tensor's invisible intern never caught on, but is pretty all right.
Go ahead.
No, yes, thank you, sir, for the list of legendary dragons. Okay, in your in the sphere, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, a couple people are glaring at Tensor, and then look at Steve. Steve's like, "We'll have a list for you when you return from Geneva."
Oh, wonderful! Thank you. We're with Tensor. So yes, that would be marvelous, of course.
Top notch. Top notch Tensor.
Tensor's toppest notch.
Sir, could I beg a letter of introduction?
He pulls out a 3x5 card and hands it to you.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so
and
this...
it just says this. There's like a line where you can fill in what you are.
My name?
Yeah, your name.
This bard.
This
Tabaxi,
this
whatever.
Tabaxi, whatever, is a personal friend of me, Tensor, of Tensor's Floating Disc. Signed, Tensor.
Awesome. I know somewhere this is going to have some value, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Liz is calling him two-spell Tensor in chat.
Two-spell Tensor. Tensor's top-notch two spells.
Marvelous. Toppest notch. Always said so. Well, yes, Tensor. Do you need a ride down to Geneva? I'm sure the...
No, I live on Gondorin. Lawful good, you see? I have some business with the Rationale Order.
Oh,
we need to talk about
don't...
Tensor.
What else is there to speak of?
Yes, but always happy to help out some adventurers.
Bless. Don't let us clog the queue. We're just gonna, you know what I mean, down to Geneva. So, see you soon. Have that list ready, Steve. Would you be a dear, Steve? Would you? Though, thank you, Steve. So wonderful. Good to hear. Quick senses. Lovely to meet you. We'll be back through. Love any rational order of anything. Tensor.
Carrying stuff is bullshit.
Isn't it just? Always said so. Strength is a dumb stat. Always said.
Wow.
We're just...
I'm quite a fan of discs myself.
Floating or bust.
Goes all around.
Magic missile.
Tensor's magic projectile never caught on.
I'll tell you what, Tasha's a real B word.
Ooh. I have heard.
Oh.
Would anyone else like to do anything before we head back to the ship?
Oh.
Bigby's a knob.
I would say, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, the Rationale Order mostly are like, we'll deal with Tensor in a second, and they do as politely and as neutrally as possible. They say goodbye to you all.
Thank you much. We're off to your gift shops. Tensor again, thank you. It is a great honor. I never carried a book in my life.
You what?
I never carried a
carried
book in
it
my
over.
life. Yes.
Sure.
It hurts less when they dunk them if you're not carrying them.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's my invisible servant. You busted.
He's the one crying, not me!
I should show myself to my locker, shall I? No. I suppose we shall head to Geneva as it is the closest.
Okay.
And I imagine they have the least objections because, Geneva.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay. You all head back to the ship. You want to take your ship back to Geneva, not the ferry service?
For preference, yes. We might want to check in with the rest of the crew as well as whether or not they had interest or alignments worth mining.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Knifey could get us into some places.
Knifey is probably technically chaotic evil.
He is a skeleton key to where we gotta go.
That's
I'll
true.
vouch for you.
Oh, we should do it. We should do a session with Knifey and his relatives on a special ops mission for us.
Dibs on Scratchy.
Oh, what was the one I really enjoyed? What's the one name that was like so genius?
It's the main ones are Knifey, Stabby, Shanksy, and Shivsy.
Was
Those are
Cookie like the grandmother?
Yeah, but those are the original 4 I came up with, and then we have slowly added to them Cookie
Dicey
and Carvey and Dicey,
Slashy,
and now there's Scratchy and something else. Scrapey or something. Yeah,
Scrapey. Yes.
Disembowelly.
Yes.
Their uncle.
But no, yeah. Should we need it, we can kind of poll the crew. If anyone needs to vouch for us, on orbs of unusual alignment.
Right. So I can't believe that was Tensor back there. Do you really use his spell?
No. I knew people who did.
I never used it either.
No,
keep it light. I just don't carry a lot of stuff. I mean, props to him. I mean, he's very, and this is amazing, this card, but like,
I mean, I'm not to be that person, but more kind of a more big girl myself. So, but it's still like good to meet. You know what I mean?
I mean,
if you meet Bingo Star, you're just kind of still like, holy shit, you were there when someone I would rather have met did a cool thing. You know what I mean? So, like, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the circle of
and
eight.
he, I mean, not to trash talk him, but isn't that the way to trash, like what he said about Tasha? Come on, I mean, whatever if it's true or not, but like, you don't trash talk other. I mean, that's just not classy. I don't talk about other bards,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but she's like a demon queen.
But see, I mean, you take that with a grain of ichor, whatever. Drop of ichor.
No, I have to say, coming from academia, it is like the number one pastime is talking about other people's theses.
Oh, really? You talk about your theses?
Theses, yes, theses. Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, I heard, they're real touchy-feely in class. It's a pretty incestuous circle pretty quickly. Yeah. So, I mean, and listen, he called Bigby a tool straight up.
I mean, right? Come
on.
I mean, if anybody is a classic, right?
Listen, if you've got to be like, why carry with a giant hand when you can have an invisible disc? You've got to always be branding. Always be branding.
Oh, right. You think it's like professional jealousy.
Yeah.
There's like a rivalry there.
Yeah.
Bigby is so much more than just carrying stuff. Maybe that's what he's,
I don't want to talk about it. Bigby's hand does pants me way too many times. No.
He's gonna take that card back.
Yeah, no. Hold on to that. That's still a ticket to a lot of places. We have a ticket to infinite potions or some other nonsense.
Oh yeah, you do. Maybe there'll be a Jimmy Jangles on one of these planets.
Is there one down there? Probably not.
Maybe not neutral, but I'll bet you.
Right?
Yeah, there's certainly a Jimmy Jangles fountain somewhere around here.
Advertising is neutral or evil, right? I mean,
Yes,
usually.
Enslaving a race of goblinoids is probably somewhere in the lawful evil.
Hey, I can go to Target and buy a Willy Wonka chocolate bar, so they don't make any judgments.
Right.
Yeah, we just need a mega core.
Yeah. Also, many people don't know of the terrible working conditions of Jimmy Jangles' poor goblins.
True that.
But we do.
But you do. You do. And now, perhaps it is your moral obligation. This game is a lot different than you thought it would be.
Yes, no, it's
personal dramas.
That's about.
We should go to the lawful
have distribution rights.
Spill the tea, man.
Yeah. It's about getting Jimmy Jangles canceled.
That's right. I bet if we let Tensor know, that shit would be all over the multiverse in like 5 minutes. Or Shemeksha, someone who's like... Although Shemeksha would sell the information.
You said the name twice. I don't urge you to say it a third time. I feel like that's courting.
Wow. Are you nervous about that? Really?
Listen. You're nervous. Anyone else?
I'm not.
Long-handled cigarette smoke.
Huh? Is this like just within a certain time frame not to do it, or in general? Like, if I only got one left for my life?
Entire life. You said it 3 times.
Wow.
I think maybe a long rest will do it. We'll see. But
if you say other words,
rest.
Yeah, if you say other words in succession, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not gonna flirt with that one yet.
Okay. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, this was very interesting. Yeah, a lot to think about as far as where to go.
So yeah, outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Portraying the legendary Storm of Stars, Tabaxi Bard of Lore. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you who will in the future. All times exist at the same time. This has come before. This will come up again because it's already come up. Is coming up. So have fun in the phlogiston, and hey, meow. Bye.
Time is a flat circle. Cece.
It's a Tensor's floating disc. All right.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Man, you are bringing it all home today.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsaka on Twitter and Instagram. If you like jokes, I got them. Also artwork, I also do that, but also jokes.
But fantastic artwork.
And fantastic jokes.
And both are true.
That'll be my
Marty.
tagline. My jokes are as good as my artwork.
There you go.
Yes, for instance, the artwork entertaining 2 corners of my frame and multiple other. Thank you so much for joining us in our just incessant faffing about, which is just infinitely entertaining to me and hopefully us, and beyond that to you, and it brings me joy and fulfills quite a bit. I feel as if we've been a bit remiss, so I will continue to use my space to say to disrespect the bell, smash like, subscribe if you haven't, whatever. What the fuck? It costs nothing, right? I mean, it's not like you're going to be inundated with a ton of emails or something. So just like the things. Every little bit helps. Interact with the screen. Click on things. Maybe it's a game. I don't know. You don't either until you've tried. So do it. Let this go to sleep with this channel on and let it carry on into multiple videos. You're probably only 3 jumps from like a pro-Nazi video. That's not our fault. It's just the way YouTube's algorithm.
It's broke as hell.
Yes, I'm working against this at this point. Back to you, Andy.
Put on a playlist. That'll be safe.
That's safer.
Yeah,
Much.
we have several playlists.
Curated with 0 Nazi content. The
Neogi were sort of like Nazis.
And
we killed them, though.
Beat them resoundly.
Yeah. We only have anti-Nazi content on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adderlad. Yes.
Yeah. Everything Marty said, minus the Nazi stuff. Please subscribe to us follow us on Twitter. Subscribe if you want. If you have an Amazon Twitch subscription and you're not using it for anything else, hey, that'd be nice.
Why not us?
If you, subscribe on YouTube, give us a like, comment, do whatever you want. YouTube's weird. Just, as long as you do something to the video, it counts for something. I think technically you can dislike it. Don't dislike us.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter. Laugh Iron and Dragon. Retweet us. Do everything. Please hang out. I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. Everybody's having fun. I'm getting worse at outros. Have a great night, everybody.
Well, I had a blast, so you did something good.